That's an easy thing to make. What if we told you that when it comes to fashion, there's a secret formula that every person has for their own personal style? Stylist Leah Morris says that's true, and you're here to help us find our own secret fashion formula.
Absolutely.
Which is going to be very exciting. There are some specific challenges that women face when we're picking out our outfits or trying to find our style. What's the common theme?
Well, the fashion world can be very confusing. We're constantly marketed to by all of these different companies, and it's really hard to pick out the right thing. So when we walk into a store and try something on and it doesn't work, women are blaming their bodies. And it's really never your body. It's always just the wrong clothes. So you can find the right clothes. That way you're actually wearing the clothes in your closet rather than having a closet full of clothes with the tags on and nothing to wear.
So what is this formula, this secret fashion formula? How do we figure out our own look?
So at Lady Bird Styling, which is in the Crossroads, we actually test our clients in 4 different types of style. And the secret is finding the clothes that match the way that you move through your life. So it's all about our own innate rhythm with which we operate and how we move throughout the world.
So we're showing some pictures of women who have found their style at Lady Bird. When you say you base it on movement, do you mean physically how you're moving? If you're a real active person running around, or are you doing it like mentally, how you're moving through the world?
It's actually both. So some people are very bright and they're quick and they have lots of new ideas. These are your life of the party people, and they tend to move their bodies very quickly as well. And then other people are more relaxed and they want to kind of blend in and they want to be supportive and make sure everyone's comfortable. So it really is, it's everything from what you value, how you interact with your relationships, and how you actually move your body.
So you brought 2 different items. Let's start with the stripe pattern. What kind of style or what corner of your store would this go into, and who would best wear something like this?
Yes, so this would be Lady Bird 4th corner. And the movement of the clothing is actually going to match the movement of the individual. So it's a very solid and reflective and kind of a bold and striking look. These people are really autonomous. They tend to spend a lot of time thinking about the whole picture, and they're going to think about every possible outcome before they make a decision. And once they decide, they're going to stay on point in a very clean, straight, precise line. So
if that fits someone who's watching them, would they be a candidate for stripes? Like I'm wearing stripes right now. Would I be corner 4?
Yeah, well, not exactly. So the clothing actually, what determines the movement of the clothing is a variety of things. It's everything from the fit to the fabric to the pattern, which stripes can work for the 4th corner. They can work in other corners as well, depending on the color and the contrast and all sorts of other things.
This next look is so sweet looking and it's so soft.
Yes.
This just looks like a flower. What kind of style and what would be the secret style corner or formula for a person who would wear this?
Yes, so the qualities of this corner are going to be very subtle and soft. They want things to blend together. They want things to match more, whereas in the other corner, it's more high contrast. This one, people are more concerned with comfort and kind of supporting everything around them, making sure everything's comfortable and being very fluid and flowing. So they don't like to change course very quickly. Most people who land in this corner are going to have a little bit of a harder time with change.
Oh, interesting.
They like consistency. Yeah.
And is it the flowing pattern, or is it the scarf, or is it the pastels? Is it the whole thing?
It's really the fabric.
Yeah.
So these people really like things to feel like pajamas.
Oh, right.
They want to be comfortable. Yes, comfortable first and foremost.
So if someone wants to get their secret style formula figured out, they can come see you at Lady Bird.
Yes. So we educate our clients first and foremost.
It's really interesting.
We test them in 4 different types of style, and then we help them refine, once they land in a corner, what their personal preferences are.
Leah Morris, stylist, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So there are 4 corners. Which one are you? Better figure it out. I want to figure out what my corner is.
Yeah.
When you are out shopping, it's always important to remember just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's a well-made item of clothing. There are some often hidden things you need to look for to make sure you're paying for quality. To find a well-made piece of clothing, Reader's Digest says look for these often hidden signs. For starters, the hardware. Look for metal zippers with hook and eye clasps, snaps, or buttons at the top to keep it in place. The zipper should run up and down smoothly every time. For other types of hardware, like metal buttons, give them a texture test. If it feels light or like it's made of plastic, put it back on the rack. It's cheap. Check to see if the hardware comes with spares. Spare buttons and matching thread are a sign that the designer is confident the garment will hold up long enough to outlive some minor repairs. After checking that hardware, check those seams. Make sure they're tightly stitched by turning the item inside out and gently pulling at one of the side seams. If you can see daylight between the stitches, it's a sign the garment might not stand the test of time. The higher the quality, the tighter the seams and the higher the number of stitches per inch. If you're going strictly for quality and not cut, know that men's wool and cashmere sweaters tend to be thicker and of higher quality than similar sweaters in the women's department. Same thing for button-down shirts. And finally, do the patterns match up at the seams? In well-made pieces, patterns, especially horizontal stripes, will match up at the seams and sleeves. You can ignore this rule, though, for random patterns like polka dots and flowers or in garments with many seams, like blouses.